Hello and welcome back to Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Maybe last week we played this, seeing how close we are to the finish, but we will see. Yeah, last time we had a lot going on. We got betrayed by Bode, a kind of bounty hunter mate, and he stole the way to get to, where are we? Tanalor, there you go. I can never remember the name of this planet. So he stole the way to get to Tanalor. We then discovered that there was a way to get to Tanalor without the thing. You had to use like the guide laser things on the planet of Kobo. So we did that, and we have now landed on Tanalor. And I thought, I'm not going to start. I got to 2 hours. I'm not going to start exploring a new planet in that time. So here we are on Tanalor. Haven't looked around, so I think we're just gonna make a start. I did actually just notice we've got points to spend. Just update my my points skills. I don't think there's much. We've got everything in survival, pretty sure. Yeah, we barely use force, to be fair. Skills, I think we've double bladed. We've done everything. Blaster is the other one that we use. Maybe I should try and use a different one. What's crossguard? Maybe we should do some crossguard stuff. Hold X, perform a single high damage swing with a long wind up. That sounds fun. Then, ooh, yes, I like that. What else do we have? Impact. Press Y while airborne to slam the ground. Okay, that actually sounds quite helpful. Oh, okay. I thought it would go like a circle around me, but it's just like in one direction. Interesting. Where are... I don't have any points left. Okay. With that in mind, we should probably change our stances. So we're gonna... We have been using Blaster for basically the whole thing, but let's go to Crossguard and try that out. So we're on crossguard, and you hold Y. I don't think that's it, because it was like an overhead one. I don't know. There we go. Off we go.
So this is Tanalor.
Not what you were expecting?
I don't know what I was expecting. So much has changed since I first heard its name.
The temple's this way.
Right. I honestly
and
don't know
Centauri
what to
Kree
expect
planned their future here.
with Tantalor.
And look where it got them.
I like the water, how blue it is and stuff. I like that it made it look very different to other, like, every planet has its own kind of like identity. Is this temple? Do I jump over the edge? Where do I go? No, do not jump over the edge. I go that way. That camera being taken away from me.
Bode will not let this end peacefully. He has already used fatherhood to justify betrayal and murder. Now we have him cornered, with nowhere else to run. He will kill or be killed.
Yeah. Hate to agree with you, but I think that might be.
Say something!
You're right. But what about Kata? She's not much younger than we were when our families were taken from us.
I know.
You and I will carry that loss for the rest of our lives. But Kata still has a chance.
Yes, she does. Very well. We will give Bode the choice to stand down. For Kata's sake.
And ours.
I'm just going to have a look around, because I feel like that's actually the way we're supposed to go. I mean, it's a good point. You kill Bode, then you're just continuing the cycle of people dying and making other people have trauma through their life, you know? So, what is this? Buried invasion. Unexpected invasion of Tanalor forced the order to flee. Do we know who invaded them? Question mark? Maybe? No, there's definitely nothing to see. I feel like this is just like a straight shot to Bode, pretty much. I hear a monster of some sort, I think. No, it's her jumping around.
I keep thinking about something Seer once said. A warning. Every Jedi faces the dark side. I feel so much hatred towards Bode.
Seer won her battle with the dark side. You will too.
Hmm.
He's still here.
Good.
I wonder if... I mean, I feel like the story's built up so that you are just going to fight Bode. But what if we get there and Bode's been killed by whoever's still on Tanalorr? I mean, it seems pretty empty, but that might be how they want it to look, maybe?
Fall back to the temple. The Nile are enveloping our
The
position.
Nile.
Master Gera, that is an order.
Where the Nile, I wonder? Have we heard the Nile before? I don't recognise the name, the Nile. Let's see. I'm one of those people who just cannot go straight through the story without having a look for little secret areas. It's like, what's it called? The original, like, Jedi Knight games. There were always little secret areas and you'd get, like, extra shield and things like that. And I would just... That would be the thing that kind of, like, created what sort of gamer I am, who always looks for tiny secret areas and things. Cool. Give it a scan. This is looking nice. This is very High Republic. Ceremonial fountain. Interesting.
Do you hear that?
Kata.
I mean, we're not killing the kid. I think that's something we can agree on. That seems like a very dark side choice to make. Right, we're definitely fighting him here. So rest up to make sure we've got full health and everything. I have not collected a lot of perks during my playthrough. I mean, look how many we've supposed to have had. I've got... So what are the two? Confuse, I don't use. Lightsaber throw, I don't really use. And I'm really bad at the timing, so I think we'll probably not do that. Shatter's really good. Resilience is pretty good. And... I mean, that's okay. I don't think I really use it, but... Right, here we go. Hi, Kata. What's going on? Okay, I'm not controlling them.
CD1.
Hey, Kata. This is Marin. She's a friend.
I'm sorry Papa hurt you.
Yeah.
He said I'd never see you again. What are you doing here?
Kata, your father stole something very important. We're gonna ask him to give it back.
Will you show us the way?
Okay. Follow me.
Kata's smarter than her dad.
I don't like it here. It's dark and lonely.
You don't have to be afraid. Better?
No, I don't think that is.
You're very pretty.
Oh. I do think the face tattoos are awesome. This feels very much like a build up to the end boss fight. I hope Bode doesn't. Killing Bode and leaving Kata without Dad doesn't seem like a good thing to do, does it?
did you get here?
It wasn't easy.
You shouldn't have followed us.
Papa, don't!
Stay back, Kata. This is the only way to keep you safe.
She will be safe. I promise, Bode. But listen to me. It's over.
Lay down your weapons.
This planet will be a haven for those hunted by the Empire, including Kata and you. But you have to surrender now.
That seems reasonable.
Go outside, Kata.
Listen to them, please.
He's fully turned, isn't he?
I will decide what's best for my family.
Well, then you're dead.
Yield! You will break.
Learn to fight.
The choreography, like the way that they swing those lightsabers, is pretty cool. I like it.
Hurry. Let's do this.
I also don't like Cockroaches. I mean, he's... You know what? I was last week I was moaning about how the bad guys were, and I was like, I don't know.
Distract him! I will strike from the shadows.
Gaiden. Was it Gaiden? Dagon. Was not that great and just seemed to like go away. But I now understand and it works doing this last fight. He's like super strong. He's so hard to beat. I think this is on pretty easy difficulty now. Come on, swing at me. Where's Merrin gone?
It's over, Kestis!
There she is. Oh, nice. That was pretty cool. We've rinsed through health packs already. Oh, what did I not hit him? Mash those buttons for me. Nice.
Ready?
Heck, he's so hard to beat.
That's bleed out.
Okay, now we're getting into the vibe of it. I just realised I got a lightsaber. Oh my goodness, I'm dying. It's fine. And she's just like, nah, you're right, you got this. Okay, I have to concentrate. She literally just was trying to save your daughter. And you're trying to shoot her this guy. Oh, hell no. Oh, no. Embrace the darkness. If you don't embrace it... Okay, you have to embrace it. Damn it. And we now have to go through all that again. But we don't have to go through the cutscene at least. Can't believe that. I was trying to see if you had to not, because embracing the darkness feels like this could be something.
Our decision is final.
Master Ancesis, please. He has the will to fight.
And I admire it. But it is not only his life we would risk. The ships are leaving. There is no time. I suggest you both join us.
Was he left here to die? That's Dagon. Seems like that grab move that he does is a scripted thing. That went a lot better than the first time. Okay, I'm gonna have to embrace the dark side, and this is gonna be a bad ending. Swing at me. Once you know is the order of things, it is a little bit easier. But like, pushing real good. I was saying that. Damn it. Heal me, BD. I was trying to get the heal, but I just kept pressing all the other buttons. All the wrong ones. Come on. Swing at me.
Disappointing. His like stamina is really good at the moment. Not a chance. Then please.
We have none of us have hit each other for a little while.
I know your moves.
Hit him with a little bit of his own medicine. Okay, we got there. That actually didn't take that long to get back. So we're gonna have to embrace the dark side. I mean, him hitting BD is enough to make you embrace the dark side, isn't it? No, this feels Those lightsabers bust up. Are we going to be super strong now? Might as well. We're using that embrace the dark side thing. As if I dodged that. He's got all these undodgeable moves.
Up here.
Okay. Move.
Fun. Dim.
What the heck is happening? No! This is impossible. I don't have anything to heal with, mate. It keeps telling me to heal. It would be nice to be able to. Those are so annoying. Like, you can't even get up from them. Ah, does that mean I have to go through all that again? What difficulty am I on? Because I'm not about getting stressed over this. Gameplay. Story mode. Oh. I did this for the other boss fights. I actually got quite far then, if that was just... if that was Padawan. The other boss fights, I didn't get that far in, I don't think. Judge me if you want, but I'm too old to deal with getting stressed out at games. Actually, I did see as well. There was a an article I can't remember by one of the gaming sites that said that like huge percentage of people playing this game change the jump because it's a Souls-like, but I feel like it's really unforgiving in the boss fight. I don't know, I don't really play Souls games. Maybe it's exactly the same, but it's really unforgiving in the boss fights, especially. Like going about like just normal bad guys can be annoying at times. But I will say, boss fights especially are really frustrating. He gets up so slow as well. It's not like a walking around, is it? I mean, the good thing is it doesn't take as much. You don't even know how he's doing like the harder things. I suppose you just learn his moves again and again and again. But I don't have time. I play like 2 hours on every Sunday, and I'll sometimes play like an hour or two like Thursday or Tuesday sort of thing. But I like other than that, because I don't play that much games. I'm just an old man. We're in, again, a lot better place than we were last time. I don't like this whole embracing it, but I don't want Cal to become some Sith guy. It feels like I understand it, but it just feels like it doesn't fit. He should always be like kind of a Luke, but then Luke Skywalker had gonna hit me with these non-blockable moves. I just know it because I couldn't dodge him before. Also, like that move there, right? The one where I fan towards him. I feel like that would usually hit. But it didn't. I'm like, why? That hit. Now is the choice. Do we kill him? I mean, he looks like he's gonna not give up.
Don't put this on your daughter.
Bode, we know what it's like to grow up alone.
Please, listen to them, Papa!
All right. And when the Empire comes, will you be able to protect my little girl? I'm sorry, Kata. I tried.
No, Papa!
Oh, come on now. Oh, flipping it. Is he going to kill Mirror? And that's what's going to turn him. Ow. Oh, okay, they didn't even try to... I mean, the first one could have just been like a flesh wound, or he might have got through it, but he definitely get through that. Flippin' egg. I mean, I kind of get the sadness, but like Kat has got to realise, I mean, no, she hasn't, because she's a little kid who's just lost her dad, but she's got to realise at some point that they did everything they could to try and make Bode turn over the thing and like realise that.
Better. Thanks.
Good. We should speak. I was not much older than you when I lost my family.
She helping her.
For many years I carried this pain. I did not want to feel better.
Why?
I thought if I let go of the pain, I would be letting go of the people I loved. But I was wrong. And one day, I met someone who also lost his family. Together we found another way to survive. This pain is yours. It is part of you.
When my mother died, it changed Papa. And me too, I guess.
Yes. But it does not have to define you. And you must not let it consume you.
quite a sort of somber moment for the game. It's quite well done, I think. Oh, and they're burying all of them together. Seer, Cordova, and Bode. Music was perfect. That just gave me goosebumps, man. So good. I'm right about that fire. Graphics wise, that don't look as good as I think it could. Oh, it is supposed to be like that, okay. Like the sped up. Oh, it looked a bit goofy, didn't it? Just when she like walked past. Cal's lost a lot in this game. I feel like he is slipping to the dark side. And like all that he's worked for, the people he wanted to share it with aren't there anymore.
You saved my life on Brock. You let me walk my own path when I needed to. You taught me what it truly means to be a Jedi. Now you're gone. We will continue your legacy, Seer. We will build something that can outlast the Empire. I promise you that. I promise. But I'm scared. I almost lost myself. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready for what comes next.
Cal. Guide her through the darkness.
And that was it. Damn. It was a great game. I think it is a shame that the performance issues had such a heavy impact on the game itself. Because I was going to say even on, like, consoles had a lot less of the trouble. But they did have trouble still. PC, from what I understand, just had never-ending issues popping up left, right, and centre. So I can completely understand why people trying to play it on PC now don't like this game, because you put money into a game and it doesn't work, you're gonna be more switched off to it, more like, well, what's the point of me? The excitement's gone, isn't it? But honestly, the story, like, for the first one and for this one, has been so good. Like, it's the Star Wars game that we've wanted for so long. Like, they kept bringing out online multiplayer games of Star Wars, and it was like, I don't want that. I want story. I want what it used to be in, like, the 90s. I think it was the 90s. Might have been the 80s. When, 90s. It's got to be. When the Jedi Knight games, the Mystery of the Siths and all that were out. Like, they had story-driven, and it wasn't... I mean, this is open world, but it works. But it didn't need to be open world. Just to have that story where you go and you fight the Empire, and you are a Jedi struggling with being a Jedi. Like, it's kind of like a basic story, but if you do it well, it can be so good. And they've done it well. So good. And composers just popped up. The music for this was so good as well. Like, and the sound design, everything just on point. Unfortunate again about the glitches, but from what I can tell, every update that's come out has fixed it a little bit more. So it's just the way of games at the moment, and I completely understand that it is not easy to make a game, especially a game as big as this. It's like, you can test and test and test, and will never know what happens when it hits hundreds of thousands of consoles and PCs in a day. Do you know what I mean? So you never know how it's going to react to those different ecosystems. And I will always be amazed at how they can make something from nothing. Yeah, there you go. In games, because I just could not even comprehend where to begin with this. But like, the amount of detail you have in, like, the little side missions, just the little details as you're walking through the world, is just really good. And I think sometimes you need to appreciate, although it's not perfect, and we're having a lot more bad releases of games. I mean, when they do get there, and they're good. I mean, I'm thinking what's coming up ahead. I mean, today it's the 11th, I think. Yeah, 11th, which is the Xbox game show thingy. What do you call it? State of Play? No, that's State of Play is PlayStation. Showcase, Xbox Showcase. There you go. And then the Starfield thing, which they're doing straight after. It'll be interesting to see what games they release for that. I have no idea about what future games are coming out other than Starfield. And that's about it, really. I don't really keep my ear to the ground as much anymore with what new games are coming out. So I'm going to be watching that tonight. I'm going to see what pops up, see if there's any games for me to get excited about. I mean, I think there's two examples of bad releases of games. There's this one where it's a good game. The very core of it is a really good game, and the studio have worked really hard on it. And then there's a game like Lord of the Rings Gollum, where I think that probably needed another year in development, from what I'm hearing. It just, the gameplay wasn't there, the story wasn't really there, the graphics definitely weren't there, and it was buggy as anything. So I think there's two different sort of releases, and you kind of, in my mind, and then there's the third where everything goes perfectly, which I don't think I've ever seen the third one happen, where a game's come out and there's not been any issues for anyone and stuff. So you can aim for that, but I don't think you ever get it. But yeah, I think it was a great game. I really enjoyed the story. The funny thing is, my complaints halfway through were kind of fixed a little bit in my mind anyway by the end. So I think that's a funny thing as gamers. We tend to complain without seeing the whole thing. And I was like, the bad guys in this feel a bit meh. But just that ending, hour or so of Bode well, it's probably about 2-3 hours of it, of Bode betraying you, and then you having to come to terms with one of your best friends. I'm not going to say your best friend, because he rocked up at the start of this game, but he was with you through a lot of stuff. You feel completely betrayed, and then you have to go and fight him and try and win him back over, knowing that he probably won't. Like, let's be honest, we all knew he probably wouldn't. So yeah, it was the bad guys, I'm doing like air quotes, antagonists in this game, but I think were quite well, because you completely understood where Jack was coming from. You completely understood where Gandalf Arm, like Squidman, was coming from. By the time you'd actually fought them and killed them, basically. So you kind of understood them the more you, but like at first they were just like evil people. And then you got to the end of like their story arc and you're like, yeah, I completely understand why you're doing what you're doing. And that's how you make a good antagonist, I think. So yeah, loving it. Loving this game. Cal turning to the dark side. I mean, I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen any news about it, but I'm pretty sure they're making another one of these to make a trilogy of games. And Cal will be flirting with the dark side in that. And that's going to be difficult to play because you don't want Cal to be in the dark side. Like, I don't know, maybe some people do, but I'm just like, come on, you've gone through so much. Don't man, I've left it sitting just for so long. It's started to switch off. But yeah, I think the next game is going to be quite hard hitting. I mean, it was quite hard hitting in this game. Like Seer, who you've been with for 2 whole games, died. Cordova, who you've been with 2 whole games, died. I mean, they're 2 really anchors of the series, really, and they're both gone now. Cal has finally admitted that he likes Merrin and is trying to do something there, which is like the whole Jedi thing of not having attachments, and that will come into play, I think, at some point, probably in the 3rd game, where he's like, has that changed what I am like doing, sort of thing, like what I believe in. I don't know. It's an interesting. I'm really looking forward to the next game. I think we've probably got 2-3 years to wait for the next one. I don't know if they're doing DLC for this, but that'd be quite cool if we could get some DLC story. I don't want any DLC like get a new lightsaber handle or something like that. I want like actual story if I'm gonna get any DLC for this game. But I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't think they did any proper story DLC for the last one, so I'm not going to hold my breath for that. But yeah, it looks like they're probably just working on stabilizing the game so that people can play it before they're thinking about anything like that. But yeah, great game. I think, how long did that take me to play? Probably around about 16 hours, question mark. 2 hours a pop that I played it for. Maybe a little bit less, actually. But I will definitely be playing this off camera, like off the stream, and doing some of the side missions, like the bounty hunter stuff I'll be doing, trying to get everyone for the Pyloon place. Yeah, so I'll definitely be doing that sort of stuff, but I feel like that sort of stuff's not that fun to watch because it's a lot of just busy work, so I won't be doing that on stream. So that means like this game is now done for my videos on stream and YouTube, so on Twitch and YouTube even. So I think the next one I'll be doing is, I did one video of it already, the ABC Murders, I think it was called, with the Poirot game, which is actually really old. I didn't realise. I got it in the sale for like £3. And I was like, I love Poirot. Like the Poirot movies, the Poirot like books, just Agatha Christie. I went to see Mouse Hunt a few years ago at Mousetrap. What am I talking about? Mousetrap in London with my wife, and that was so good. I just love the way Agatha Christie writes kind of murder mysteries and stuff. It's really, really good. So I'll probably play that for the next couple of weekends. I don't think there's anything coming out short term that I want to play. I know probably in the next 2 months there's a couple of games which I've got my eye on, and I'm trying to think what they are, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. I'll probably have a look once the credits are finished. But there might even be games announced in the state. I want to call it State of Play, because they literally had the State of Play for PlayStation, a couple of weeks ago, was it? Or was it last week? I can't even remember now. Time is molding into one. But game, whatever. What is it? It's gonna really annoy me now. I can't figure out what it's called. I'm gonna look it up on my phone quickly. Just bear with me. Showcase. Xbox Games Showcase. That's what it's called. So yeah, today we'll see what games they're showcasing. Hopefully some short-term, some long-term. So like, I want to see something that's coming out in the next couple of months that I'll enjoy playing. I mean, there is... there you go. I'm remembering one. One game that's coming out in a week is the... theme park builder. I do love management games. I love theme park building. So that's one I'm keeping my eye out for. I probably won't get it like release day because I want to see what the reviews are. Because like I got this release day because I just love Star Wars, but a lot of games at the moment, like especially like Gollum is the most recent one, which I can think of. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, I might get that, and then the reviews came out, and I was like, glad because I can probably afford like 1 or 2 games a month at this point because they're like 60-70 quid. It's not cheap. So I don't jump at a game straight away until I know that it's actually going to be fun and enjoyable and not a waste of my money. So we will see. I might play that game. But yeah, lots of people were involved in making this. But we can appreciate that this many people went into this game. And it was fun. Hard. I think the difficulty level was a bit too high for me. I've had to put it down to story at times for the boss fights. Forget about it. I was sat there dying again and again, so I had to put it down to story. So I don't know. I don't remember the first game being that hard. I definitely didn't have to put it down to story mode to finish the second game. The first game even. So this game has definitely upped the difficulty level, especially on the boss fights. And on the just the people wandering around the maps. Like some of them, like the what are they called? They're droids, which are like assassin droids. They're like battle droids, but it's like dodgy. They can move out the way too easily, and it's a real pain to try and take them out, especially when you get like swamped with a load of them. So yeah, they definitely... I don't know if I'm crazy about the difficulty level being up, but I think having the option to put it all the way down to story, you make the people who want a difficult game happy, and you make the people who don't want a difficult game happy, because you can just put the difficulty right down. So I don't think it's a terrible thing, to be honest. So many different companies involved as well. I'm just realising that each heading is a different company. Like, so much goes into making a game nowadays, isn't it? It's not just like one thing. Facial animators. So these are the people who wore this, or like took the stuff of people wearing suits and turned it into the game. Talent. Oh, I mean, that feels like, let's be honest, most people on here are talented, right? On this list. Feels a bit harsh. There's not a lot of actors, to be fair. Oh, so are they all the people who actually did mocap? And then voice talent are the people who did the voiceovers, which is probably more. Boba Fett? I mean, that's probably a spoiler somewhere for me, but Boba Fett was in this? I definitely did not meet Boba Fett in this, which means that at some point, maybe the bounty hunter storyline, there's Boba Fett in it. That's pretty cool. Do love a bit of Boba Fett. Scan talent. EA. It's in the game. I mean, is there going to be an after credits? It's a game. I feel like, is an after credits a thing that you have on a game? If it was a Star Wars movie, actually Star Wars movies don't really have after credits either, do they? But Disney love putting in an after credits, so I feel like more. What happened with the last Star Wars Disney movie? There wasn't an after credits, I don't think. So maybe they've decided that's not the best way to go. A lot of testers. I was going to say it'd probably be quite a fun job, but in reality, you don't really get to enjoy the game or anything, do you? You have to test literally every aspect of it, so you end up anything that's a job, it becomes not fun. I mean, what does localization even mean? Audio capture? Eagle development. That sounds pretty cool. There's a lot of people on the Eagle development team. Oh, it's like localization, something to do with like different, like Xboxes are different and PCs are different in different countries, aren't they? Maybe like the setup isn't exactly the same, so maybe it's like making sure that they all work in different area. Or is that just? I know there was a problem with PS2s and PS1s back in the day. If you got like a non-European one, it wouldn't work when you're in Europe for certain games and stuff. Is that a problem nowadays with Xboxes and PS5s and stuff? I feel like probably not. 'Cause most of the time I don't even use. Well, I've got the Series S, so I don't have a disk drive. I'm learning Dutch at the moment, and I always look out for Dutch. It's amazing. It's not included in a lot of stuff. Like here, no Dutch. French, Italian, German, Spanish, Polish, Mexican, Brazilian, Japanese. No Dutch. I suppose because it's not a very widely used language. But there you go. Are these all the... Are we going through each voiceover actor for each language? Wow, Cal is really down the list on the French one. Oh, is it? Oh, no. Is it? Is it because it's in alphabetical order? I didn't see at the top. It's because it's in alphabetical order, so there you go. That's why. It's funny that it is in alphabetical order for all these, but not for the English version. Cal was definitely at the top of the English version. I really wanted to sit through all these, but it's taking time. I think it's taken at least 10 minutes so far, or maybe even more, to sit through the credits for this game. I'm pretty sure you will be able to, but I'm hoping you can keep playing all the side missions and stuff after. So you can finish all like the little side bits that you want to do. I'm guessing you can't go back to Talonor, because that'll be the next story. But yeah, I'm hoping that you can do a little bit. Because I don't want to stop playing this game, to be honest. I enjoy it. I think we're getting near the end of the talent section. We're on Spanish now. Some very Spanish names in there, aren't there? Yolanda Perez. There we go. So we're past the talent section. We're on the marketing bit now. I feel like there was a lot of marketing for this game. I mean, could they not have had a different background for whatever this background is for the credits? Maybe having like stuff phasing in and out, like a picture of characters like appearing on the right side, just to make this a bit more interesting. Because I'm one who always loves to sit through, because like I've said, it takes a lot of people to make a game. I like to sit through the credits and appreciate it, but I do also like to be distracted every now and then by like fun things on the screen. So we've got global media. We've got to be close to the end now. Got to be. Special thanks. That's usually near the end, isn't it? But I think there was a special thanks somewhere. Hang about. Oh. Gave us hope. Marketing partners. Again, look how many companies are involved in just this one game. It's insane. Just for the marketing, there's 1 and 2. The Mill. Very fancy sounding. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more after this. Matte paint lead. That's a job, isn't it? I'm in charge of the matte paint. Back in the day, a storyboard artist was the sort of job that I was thinking I was going to do. I love how the colorist is just called Paul. No, that's not just Paul. You know Paul. Yeah, look, 2 more companies. Just in the marketing section alone. I wonder how many companies actually were involved in this. Legal. Just a little side note. I actually worked for a law firm, so I wanted to do storyboarding back in the day when I was like 16, 17. And let's just say it didn't work out. I'm not a lawyer, though, just to put that out there. Not smart enough for that, but I do work for a law firm. I'm an instructional designer, so I make like e-learning and videos and stuff for people to learn how to use things like systems and that. So it's a little bit creative, and I do storyboarding for my part of my job, but definitely not as fun as probably the storyboarding for something like this. Lily. That's a pretty cool name. Simple but effective. So many EA companies as well. I don't know if they all count as one company like under EA, or if they're all their own company with the EA like banner that they fit under. But there's a lot. Ooh. Vladimir Babchinsky. That's a name. I can't believe these are still going on. Peggy Weeble. Music's not bad, to be fair. Just to take a moment to appreciate that. I mean, it's getting quite tense, the music. Like something exciting is about to happen. But it's not. Special thanks. I feel like EA want to end it out. No, they don't. Talking about music, the music was by Stephen Barton and Gordy Harb. Harb? I think it's so. Produced by Nick Lavers, Stephen Barton, Gordy Harb, Alan Mayerson, and Stephen Schnur. It was also supervised by Stephen Schnur. And here are all the people who played. We've got cello, French horns, trumpets, woodwind, guitars, mandolins and ukuleles. Where was the ukulele? I'm trying to think like the music. I mean, the problem is for games especially, it's a lot of background music. So there's things where you're not actively listening to it. So there's probably like a ukulele somewhere where you're in quite a light environment. There's definitely no ukulele in this music that's playing at the moment. Oh yeah, The Who. Love The Who. Don't recognise any of the others. Yeah. Oh, are these might be all the musics? These might be all the songs for Pyloons. And this is the London Orchestra. That is one I would love to go see, the London Symphony Orchestra, to be fair. I've heard they're really good. Because we had, where I live, we had an orchestra come down, but it wasn't, it was a proper orchestra, but they were like all like people who hadn't done it for a very long time, and they were all trying to get to this point of either Vienna or London, or do you know what I mean? So they weren't as good as there were a few flubs here and there. They were still great to listen to. They did the music of Lord of the Rings, and a really good night. But John Williams, got to have a mention. Walt Disney, Lucasfilm. I feel like we've got to be close to the end. Come on, people. The music is building to a crescendo, which makes me think that maybe we are approaching the end. This is the never-ending credits. Will forever be in credits now. Keeper of the Holocron. That's a cool job title. Leland Chi. I want your job. Imagine if someone asked what your job is. Oh, I'm the Keeper of the Holocron? That's pretty awesome. Kathleen Kennedy. The leader. In Star Wars at the moment. Queen Denchukwu. Genchukwu? That's a good name. Kensi Kim. Christopher Holm. I feel like Christopher Holm sounds like an actor's name. Christian Hidalgo. There's a movie called Hidalgo, right? About a horse. Ben Burt, Matthew Wood, and David Accord are part of the sound design. I will say they did a very good job. Everything felt very Star Warsy with the blaster sounds and the lightsaber sounds and stuff like that. So, top notch. Pip pip. I think this video on YouTube is going to be more credits than it is gameplay. I think I finished around the 45 mark. Finished the actual game. Maybe a little bit later. But I'm now on an hour and 10. Well, I might as well use this to just have a little bit of a moan about something that happened this week. So I moved flat in March, right? And I tried to get my electricity moved over. Like, you know, as you do, you like get the meter. And the meter here isn't a smart meter because the building that I moved into is like an old... what's it called? An old brewery, like beer brewery. So the meters are in where like all the big casks were stored. So there's like well underground, and there's no way a smart meter would reach. So it's a manual meter. The meter that I was given by the estate agent that I moved with, where they gave me a picture of it, so I went down and checked it, and everything seemed fine. So I sent the pictures to the electric company, and they came back and they didn't say anything about it. I just assumed that it was okay. They kept taking my money, so that was okay, apparently. This week, so what, 3 months after I moved? Special thanks to George Lucas. I think we're at the end. Are we at the end? Maybe. But anyway, turns out that I haven't been charged for any of my electricity since I've moved, and another company picked it up because the company that I use didn't. So I ended up having to phone up my electric company to see why they hadn't picked it up. They were given the wrong meter. Then I phoned up the estate agent and they said they'd given us the right meter. Then I phoned up the company that has been supplying electricity and they told me which one was the right meter. I then went down, and to be fair, there's two flat numbers. So like flat 1, there's a flat 1 street, flat 1 free street. So like there's two of the same flat number, like as it goes up. Those aren't my numbers, just so you're aware. So we were under 1 where we should have been under 3, if that makes sense. So basically, I then had to give the right meter to my current electricity company, pay off 3 months worth of electricity from the old company and basically close my account, and then update my estate agent to say, you've given me the wrong one, this is the right one for any future time that they needed it. It took like 3 days, and I think I was on the phone for a total of like 6-7 hours sorting it out, and it cost me £400 to pay off the electricity. So really not happy about that. I've had a bad week, I'm not gonna lie, but I booked the Friday and Monday off this week, like last Friday and this Monday coming, so I needed it just to decompress from the utter joke that is electricity. So hopefully now going forward I won't have to deal with that. But moving house is such a pain. Nothing ever goes the way you want it to. Like internet was another thing which just went wrong with moving. Like actually moving all of my stuff. My mum and dad got COVID and they were supposed to be helping with a car to help us move everything, so I ended up having to carry a lot of it. So yeah, I'm 3 months on from moving, I'm still dealing with hassle from it, which is a bit annoying. But hopefully that's the last thing, and we should all be settled now. Council tax as well is a pain. Doesn't properly get sorted. There we go, there is an after credits. Completed the story.
Well, it's not exactly what we expected, but this place is our home now.
Yeah, agrees. Yeah, I guess it is. Still got a lot of work ahead of us.
It will take time to contact the hidden path.
And find the anchorites.
And build a saloon. I mean, the place is creepy, but it does have franchise potential.
This belongs with you.
It belongs with all of us. What do you think, kid? Should we give it a shot?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Ah, that's the spirit. Oh, that's great. Come on, I'll bet you're hungry. I'll make you something to eat. Did you ever have a scaz stick?
Journey complete! Woo! You have reached the end of your journey. However, the galaxy can be freely explored, and there may yet be secrets left to discover. New Journey Plus is now available from the main menu. All stances, cosmetics from previous games will be unlocked, along with some new perks and lightsaber colours. Any skill points will also carry over to your new game. New Journey Plus free perks. Purity grants a massive increase in weapon damage to both friend and foe. Warrior replaces standard enemies with new, more difficult combat encounters. Trendsetter randomizes your cosmetics on death. I quite like the Trendsetter one. That's quite a cool idea. Where like you reappear as someone completely like different looking. The other two seem like an utter pain, don't they? Jeez. I do not want to have stronger, more difficult enemies, thank you. So, we can now just have a look.
Where to?
So we've got Coruscant, which has got 82.2% explored. Jedi, which has got 66.4. I did not do a lot on Jedi, so maybe worth going back to Jedi to kind of do a load of stuff. Nova Garen, we've got 89.2, so there might be like a few things to pick up. I don't really want to do much there. Tanalor 100%, smashed it. Kobo 63, Shattered Moon 98.4. Okay, there's literally one bit on the Shattered Moon to do, so we'll probably have to do that. But I think Kobo is the go-to place. So like I said, I'm not going to be doing streaming on...
You're gonna love Kobo.
What's it like?
Oh, lots of waterfalls.
Oh, we've got cats
Everything
now.
grows there. It's great. And oh, yeah. How could I forget Pyloon Saloon? I'm the owner and proprietor.
Is there music?
Yes. And they love to take requests.
Okay. I hope they have Trandoshan funk. That's my
A
favorite.
little bit of Trandoshan funk. Yeah, we sorted out the music, don't worry, Carter. There's a fish tank, which, by the way, we still haven't seen Scuba in ages. Need to go on the hunt for
Think hyperspace whiplash is a
Scuba
joke?
so we can get some more
Down
fish.
before we drop in.
How easy was that compared to getting to and from Trandoshan before? If I was then, my first port of call would be trying to replicate the thing that we used to get to and from Trandoshan. Trandoshan? I think that's how you say it. New characters and combos in Pyloon Saloon. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's also those like random boss fights that you can find in like glowing things. I'm really not fussed about doing that. I'm not a glutton for punishment. Right, so we've got... Ooh, what's this?
Gotta be another way. Always an angle, always. Lost a family, looking for a new one. I can relate, Cal, but you gotta make a choice. The future or the past. Can't have it all. Not in this galaxy. Yeah, that could work.
Oh, what a little scumbag. Good thing you died, eh? Bit harsh, but... Okay, so we've got bounty hunter stuff to do. I don't think there's anything music-wise. We've got all of the chambers to do, the High Republic chambers. Love the music. It's got a good little funk to it. Scuba's still not here. He's somewhere out there. Where's Harp?
Can you believe these Imperials strutting around like they own the bloody place?
I know, terrible.
That's what they do best.
And you know who to blame, don't you?
Who?
That blabbermouth Tall, who first let it slip that this here rock is brimming with river-clear priorite. Put a target on our backs, it did. I bet those Imperials are using the priorite to construct some secret weapon. Or a palace.
Be nice, BD.
All right, laugh it up. We'll see who's right.
Okay, so there's definitely a weapon being built out of Pyrite, isn't there? That would be the next game, probably. Like a little hint to what's going on. So we've got 4 out of 12 fish. Oh, there he is. Where'd he go? I saw Scuba swimming around. Oh, there he is. I see him right at the bottom. Look at him go. So we've got a blinding rayfish, fan-tailed lar, a fingerlip garpon, and the other one's disappeared, and a glotsome crab. I didn't see the crab anywhere. I wonder where the crab is. Well, that thing just swimming by on the left is definitely something in there. The crab's probably around the bottom somewhere. scuttling around. The tank is now pristine, by the way. He's done a great job. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's very relaxing looking at the tank, actually, isn't it? That might be a great place to leave it, actually. So, yeah, finished Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So that will be it on my stream. I might do, I don't know, but I might do some videos on how to find certain things in the game, just for my YouTube, depending on what I can find in that. Because I think that might be quite a nice little easy thing to do. But yeah, I think next we'll be doing ABC Murders for the next couple of weeks anyway. I'll see what the game thing, I've forgotten what it's called again, showcase, is about tonight. See if there's any games which stand out to me that I want to give a go when they come out. But yeah, overall, I think we'll probably play ABC Murders, little Poirot times for the next couple of weeks. I'm obviously waiting on Starfield, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little announcement saying that's been delayed today in the Starfield thingy. But if not, that comes out September, October time, I think it was. So that's definitely something I'm going to be playing at, and that's going to take a lot longer than this game to complete. They're just long games, Bethesda games, so for sure I'll be playing that on stream. I'm trying to think. There's so many games which I was thinking about earlier, and it's all just blanked. But yeah, there's definitely some games which we'll be looking at doing in the future. But yeah, this one was my big one for the year, which I was really looking forward to. And you know what? It ticked all the boxes for me. I know it didn't for a lot of people, but for me it did, so I'm happy. And I've even got more to do after. This is going to be my game. So another game which okay, there you go. Another game which I absolutely loved is the first Spider-Man on PS4, and I played that 100%ed it. Like, I literally, sometimes I would just log on to swing around the city and just like enjoy traveling around because it was so good. And you just could put some music on and just swing around, and it would be really fun. The Miles Morales one was just as good, but it didn't quite have the pull because the first one was so like unique and different, and I feel like the Miles Morales was like a reskin. The story was great, don't get me wrong. I think the story was where it really shined, but I didn't have the same, I want to just play this just to have like jumping around. I played it for the story mainly. I don't think I 100%ed that. But Spider-Man 2's coming out in, I don't know, October. There you go, 20th October. And I don't have a PS5, but if I was ever to get one, that's the time. So I might be saving my pennies to see if I can get enough together to get myself a PS5 and Spider-Man when it comes out. I don't think that's enough time for me to save enough, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But if I do, potentially I'll stream a little bit of Spider-Man 2 when it comes out, if I manage to get a PS5 in time. But if not, I'll be playing Xbox or PC games, basically. But yeah, that's kind of my plan for the year, to be honest. I'm not diving into the streaming stuff like every day. I work full time, which I've mentioned before, so I'm just going to do 2 hours every Sunday. But it gives me a real, I love playing games, but I also have this feeling in the back of my head, if I spend a lot of time playing games, it's a lot of time wasted, not being productive. Whereas if I stream it, it kind of is my way of tricking my brain into thinking, yeah, we're all good. Like, you're not wasting your time. So that's why I'm doing it. I just enjoy gaming, but streaming gives me a way to not feel bad about gaming, if that makes sense. I don't know. As you get older, you feel less listen to me, I'm getting old. But as you get older, you feel less able to play games, unless it's streamers who get paid for it and it's your job. You have that justifies it. Whereas when you play games and you have work, you have other responsibilities in life, and that it's really, sometimes you can really just feel like it's a waste of time sometimes, and that you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And yeah, there are things you should be doing, like in life, like to make sure that, like, if there's cleaning that needs done, maybe put the games down for a second and get the cleaning done and things like that. But I feel like it's like, this gives me a little bit of like, you know what, you can do it for 2 hours every Sunday, and that means that you get your gaming in. But then you don't like get too carried away with it, sort of thing, and end up playing like 8 hours a night and being absolutely exhausted. That's just me. Obviously, if you play games every night, good for you. If you're able to do that, I miss those days, because obviously when I was younger, I used to be up all night playing games with my mates and stuff. But it dies down when you get older, unless you find like a proper good group. It does die down when you get older. So I'm gonna leave it there. That's a little bit depressing, wasn't it? To leave it on. But thanks for watching. Remember to come back next week to see me playing some Poirot. If you're on YouTube, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and my videos will be posted every Wednesday of my streams. Just, they're very unedited, just the start and end is kind of trimmed down, and any like breaks in between will be trimmed down, but other than that, I just leave it all in. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the videos, and I will see you when I see you.